So if you ask my family what I was like growing up, I was a lively, energetic kid with lots of interests, riding my bike and singing songs and all that stuff. Because I spent a lot of time with my mom and my aunts, and not a lot of time around my dad at all, I would get into trouble because I was a follower and I couldn't lead myself into good situations. I would just follow people when they were getting themselves into trouble. On the outside, I was trying to make my friends laugh, and I was trying to get good at skateboarding or singing. But on the inside, I was a slave coping with these things that were supposed to hide my pain, and they didn't last long enough. And so I was constantly hunting down something new. Like, I would see what kind of trash I could find on TV programs or the internet. I would medicate with all this stuff that God intended for good, and I would just use it way to one extreme. My conscience and what I had learned of the truth about who God is through the Bible were condemning me, and I knew that I was guilty. And so for years I battled with those secretive addictions, and I felt incredibly ruled by them. I got to grow up going to church. He used what we call his body of people. There's a big difference between Jesus just being my insurance to get me out of hell, or Jesus being the boss and the master of my heart and the master and the influencer of my choices. He wasn't my Lord. He wasn't the boss. And I wasn't going to him and saying, what can I do to follow you? I was just giving him lip service. I needed God to step in and show me how to overcome my addictions and show me how to find my motivation in pleasing him. Eventually, God used somebody in my life to step up and say, hey, you can beat this sin and stop being a slave to it. And so you really can make Jesus the boss of your life and the Lord of your heart. He shared with me what that looks like and gave me the tools so that I could grow spiritually and walk with God. Instead of having to hide in the dark from God, I could step into the light. And all of my evil could be exposed, but then through Jesus, it could be washed away. I have this new life and this new heart and these new desires, and I have a new motivation to be a hardworking, diligent person. And instead of running from my pain, I can engage that and say, you know what? That pain is real, and God, I submit it to you and I'll give it to you, and you can take it and you can take care of me. I have confidence, but I don't rely on my confidence. I rely on Jesus, because he did everything for me. He gave me all this stuff. He provided it. I was completely helpless and stuck, drowning in my own mess. And every step of the way, he planned out and plotted a way to rescue me and to equip me with what I need. So I couldn't just say, well, yeah, I got saved and I love God, but I'm just stuck and I'll never be anything. The Lord has given me identity and purpose and vision for the future. Despite where I came from, now I'm an adopted child in God's family. And I have a future in his kingdom and in his plan and in relationship with my Heavenly Father. Not because of anything that I have done to earn this. God has been so generous with me. Where I deserve punishment, he has been so merciful to me. So I have this new life in Jesus, and it's only possible because of Jesus. It has nothing to do with me, so don't be mistaken about that.